Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another JazzInc 1/6 scale diorama review. It's been years since we've looked at a diorama from them. They've been releasing vehicle after vehicle, and no complaints from me, they've been bloody brilliant, but it's back to basics. It's literally in their name, JazzInc Dioramas. And today, we're going to be taking a look at the Ultimate DX 1/6 scale BVS Batcomputer. Y'all know me, Batfleck is my favourite live-action Dark Knight of all time, so I could not be more excited to get stuck into this. Now, if you're looking to grab one of these for your own collection, I've popped a link to JazzInc's website in the description. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that, I don't earn any commission from it, just straight to their website. Oh, and if you find yourself heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as brand new JazzInc content goes live. Very quickly on the box art, considering the size of this box, the size of the canvas they had to work with, they did a great job. Plenty of product shots and a read-up around the back. This thing, fully assembled, I don't usually do this, I like to build up to it, but it's a masterpiece. The floating design for the Snyderverse Batcomputer is crazy, and they have perfectly recreated it in 1/6 scale. And your eyes do not deceive you. If you've not been following along with the progress of this in the JazzInc Facebook group, those screens are real. They're actual working screens with technical readouts and maps, and there's even a little stock market graph on that one on the right there. We'll get stuck into it in a lot more detail throughout the course of the video, but just the sheer presence of this thing with no fewer than 6 screens, 2 big ones, 4 small ones, and then a light-up console, it commands your attention. It fits in certain module cases, so if you're worried about fitting this in the collection but you've got module cases, you should be alright. Still check the measurements on JazzInc's website to make sure, of course. Now, like any good 1/6 scale diorama, it comes flat packed. The assembly process, it was involved. There's a lot to do, but it wasn't overly difficult, if you know what I mean. Everything is labeled, not that many different sizes of screws, different lengths, and on the instruction sheet, there's a QR code. When you scan it, it takes you to JazzInc's YouTube channel, where you can watch an instructional video explaining the entire process. Love it when companies do that, super helpful. Once you've got everything set up, then you can plug in the electronics. You can't see the USB ports at this angle, which is great. In fact, from most angles, you can't even really see them, because the floating desk sits in front of them and they're fully blocked from view, which makes it look like power is being transferred from the ceiling magically through the metal support rods into the light up for the desk, the light up for the screens, and the light on the ceiling. Whereas in reality, none of that is happening. They're all plugged into the back wall via USB, but cleverly hidden with angles by the desk itself. Then we've got 2 power supplies on the back of the entire thing. Then you can connect those up to the wall. This light on the ceiling, it's not overly large and it's not overly bright. It's just bright enough to give the entire scene this soft illumination. It's diffused and it's quite neutral. It's not overly warm, it's not overly cool, it's smack bang in the middle. You will see what I mean when you get yours in hand. But the light is optional. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Speaking of optional, the keyboards and the mice, they're optional. They give you 3 sets of each, and you can place them wherever you want on the entire desk. Like, you don't even have to have them there if you don't want. I'm considering on mine using maybe just 1 keyboard and mouse, and then populate the rest of the desktop with Hot Toys, BVS, Bat Gadgets, Tech Cow, Sniper Rifle, Kryptonite Gas Gun, Grappling Gun. Finally, I can display all of that stuff. Now, in BVS, when Batsy enters the warehouse, Alfred pilots the Batwing in drone mode using these controls right here. In 1/6 scale, you can't move them and slide them away, unfortunately, but they're well sculpted and well painted with some pops of red on them. The keyboards, all 3 of them fully printed. There's even a freaking Windows key there. The mice are fused to the mouse pads. I reckon they've done that to make them easier to manage in 1/6 scale. Let's discuss the desk chair. It's one of my favorite things about this diorama. There's silver chipping and weathering on it. The seat cushion has some leather grain texture sculpted in, and it's a little bit soft and squishy. You can rotate it round, working wheels, and there's a spring at the bottom. You can't adjust the height of it. Not that I think you would need to. So far, I've put Alfred and Bruce on this chair, and yes, it does roll. The screens. They are, like, the desk chair is awesome, but the screens, they're the pièce de résistance, the reason why you get this. Because there's impressive sculpt work. We've got all the panels with the buttons and the switches and the light up sections, and it's a big desk that's hovering essentially above the ground, suspended from the ceiling. That's one thing. But seeing actual screens in 1/6 scale that are this crispy, proper mini HD screens, and then the graphics are so high res, it just brings the entire thing to life. So, do I need to figure out a way to have these screens on permanently in this diorama? Oh, you bet I do, because, like I said, they make this thing make sense. I'm not sure where JazzInc got all of these screen readouts from, but the quality of them leads me to believe that they could be genuine assets developed for the screens in the Batcave in BVS. Like, they're from Warner Brothers, they're actually part of the set dressing from the movie. I know UI designers have a ton of fun making readouts and screens like this for productions in Hollywood, so if JazzInc were able to get their hands on real screen captures from those displays in the film, why not include them with your 1/6 scale Batcomputer? There's various different images, and you don't need to do anything to cycle through them. It all happens automatically. You plug this thing in, the screens come to life, they light up, and they start cycling through the pictures. There's a little Easter egg, at least I think it's an Easter egg, on that bottom right screen there. It doesn't show up all the time, but every now and then on certain screens you see a little Dark Knight Trilogy logo in the top left-hand corner. It's something that some people are going to like, others you can just forget about it, because it is truly that tiny. And who's to say that wasn't something that Zack Snyder chucked in as an Easter egg on the screens in the Batcave in the movie as a callback to Christopher Nolan helping with Man of Steel? That could totally happen. Now, popping Batman inside this thing, this, considering the size of BVS Batman, he's a beefy boy, shows you the scale of this diorama. It is immense. You could comfortably fit multiple figures in this display. Batman, have it as an empty batsuit. Take the mouth plate and the eyes out. Bruce Wayne, Alfred, Kal-El even. Go for it. I don't see why you couldn't do that. Pop Wonder Woman on the seat as though she's operating the Batcomputer, as we see her do in the Snyderverse. This opens up so many possibilities for character interactions. Instead of just being 1/6 scale figures on a shelf, now they're characters in a scene. That right there, Batman talking to Alfred with the screens going. They bring the entire scene to life. I am gushing because I am enamored with this piece. As you can see, the bottom part for the flooring extends out further than the top ceiling. The reason I believe they've done that is so that if you've got this in a module case, the overhead lights are still able to shine down and into the Batcave itself. If the ceiling protruded further forward, then it would look way too shadowy, even with that light up top. So, at the end of this video, it's sturdy. It's easy enough to put together, still relatively involved, but follow the instructions, you'll be fine. We've got metal rods, we've got metal support brackets, parts of the frame, metal. It's sturdy, but it's not overly heavy. It's a decent weight, but it's not going to break your shelves. And it feels solid enough that even with the screens suspended from the ceiling, I doubt anything is going to sag. So far, so good at least. Do you get this if you're a BVS fan? 100%. You can populate this with all kinds of props and accessories and characters. It will make your display look like a scene from the movie, and what is not to love about that? If you want to grab this before it's gone, historically, JazzInc stuff sells out, goes way up in value. I've popped a link to their site in the description. Not an affiliate link, not earning any commission from it, just straight to their website. While you're down in the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.